Hey, this is kind of an addendum to some of the general questions we answer about function report answers, um, which would also go towards answers that you would be providing an ALJ at an ALJ hearing. And this particular one concerns how to acknowledge and explain that every day is not the same. Let's say you have a pain, you have bad pain issues with whatever your impairments are. It's often the case that people have good days and bad days. And when I say good days, I don't mean stellar mountain climbing days. I mean just better days than the bad days, right? Maybe that's the day they can go to the convenience store and pick up some groceries or the grocery store. It seems that a lot of the time a week will be broken up into good days and bad days. Sometimes it'll be if they did the shopping the one day, their next day is not going to be such a good day. They're going to be probably more off their feet. But it's really important, I think. I know when they ask you what you do, let's say in question number 6, what do you do from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed? It's so hard because no day is the same for most people, right? You do have days when you have to go to the doctor, so you're up and out. Other days you don't. Some days you might be largely on the couch or sitting outside at the, on a lounge chair, just kind of getting some sun because you have to just be very gentle on off your feet. So I think, and it's hard to answer that question number 6 in that space, but I think it's important to say, that there, at some point in your function report and certainly at hearing, so you're going to want to be prepared for this before hearing. When you're talking about what you can do, you would want to maybe perhaps emphasize that that would be on a good day. Like that's the best I can expect. And then what would you expect on a bad day? And then what is the percentage of good days to bad days, or how many days in a week are typically good and how many days are typically bad, as just defined by you as what is a good day and what is a bad day. So if you have, 3 bad days a week on average, and so therefore you have 4 good days on average, it can speak volumes, I think, to the judge to explain, the unpredictable nature of the good and bad days, perhaps. You just have to accommodate yourself when they happen, and just making it clear the differences, because again, none of our days are the same. And if we're always talking about our best days, because it just might be what you're prone to answer with, you might be selling your case short by not talking about your worst days, which could be 50% of your days. Those days that you're more lying down because your pain is elevated, or your stiffness, or migraines kick in, or what have you. So just keep that in mind as you're testifying. You want to clarify that there are differences to your days. X amount tend to be good days, and here's what a good day is like, and X amount tend to be not so good days, and here's what those days are like. And I think that can go far to illustrating to a judge what your days are really like, because again, no day is the same. And sometimes people will put in, well, I go to the doctor's, I run an errand if I have to do it, I clean the dishes if I have to do it. If is that every day? Or is that I do one or more of those things, or one or less of those things, depending on whether it's a good day or a bad day. So you don't necessarily want to take all the things you do on different days and shove them all into one day, since they don't all happen in one day. And you're doing it in an effort to be honest, to let them know what you do at times, but you don't actually do them in one day. That's another issue I see sometimes. Everything they ever have to do. It could be going to a parent-teacher conference. Well, we know those only happen like twice a year or 3 times a year, but that'll be in their description, because they're just trying to explain what they do have to do here and there, but that's not an average day, right? So anyway, I hope this helps. Good days, bad days. What's the breakout? If you only have one bad day a month, it might not be it might not be the strongest of cases, but if you are having multiple bad days a week, or 1 or 2 even, because that amounts to 2 to 8 bad days a month, and imagine if you're going to work on those days. So let's try to get some clarity to the judges, distinguishing the different kinds of days you have and how often those bad ones are. Okay. All right. I hope it helps. Bye. Stephanie Joy.